Hey, it's Dave with Flipperforce, and this is a quick tutorial on the basics of using the Repair Estimator. The Repair Estimator tool can be used to estimate repair costs and create detailed scopes of work for your rehab projects. When you first start a new estimate, you will initially be prompted to select an estimate template that will be used as a starter template for your estimate. Flipperforce includes multiple starter templates that you can use to help you get started. These starter templates are pre-built with common trade categories and hundreds of common repair items and unit prices. Select the estimate template that you want to load from the template list and click Start. Once you click Start, the estimator will load with the estimate database that you've selected. The estimator is broken down into 4 areas: exterior, interior, MEP systems, and other. Each of these areas include categories which are broken down by trade or by room. You can add new categories, delete existing categories, and drag and drop and reorder categories as needed to truly tailor the estimator to your business and your project needs. If you click on the plus sign next to these categories, the category will expand and provide a list of common repair items and unit prices for that category. The pricing in our estimator databases are based upon the national average, but we suggest that you review all of the prices in our database and adjust the pricing to fit your local market and your specific project needs. The estimator calculates your costs for each item by multiplying your quantities by the unit prices. You will need to measure your quantities of the work that needs to be performed and then input those quantities into the quantity column, which will be multiplied by the unit prices to calculate the totals for that item. So for example, for roofing, let's say that we've measured the roof and we need approximately 20 squares of architectural asphalt shingle roofing that needs to be installed. So we will input 20 into the quantity column, and then 20 will be multiplied by the labor and material unit prices, which will equal the labor total, the material total, and the grand total for that repair item. So 20 squares of roofing multiplied by $250 per square equals $5,000. Now you will notice that some of our repair items have a notation for L plus M, which means the items include both the labor and the material pricing for that item. A lot of times roofing contractors will provide an all-in-one number for the roofing and won't break out the labor or material. So in our example, our database has an all-in-one number of $250 per square, which includes both the labor and the material for the roof. Now you can adjust these unit prices based upon your local market and contractor pricing. So for example, let's say that your roofing contractor tells you to budget around $300 per square, you can adjust the pricing in the labor column. Or let's say that you've received a contractor bid for $6,000, you can simply input a lump sum value of $6,000 at the top instead of estimating by a unit price or quantity. Once you start to fill out your estimate in quantities, the totals will be totaled for each category and for each area on the project. To review a summary of all of the repair costs, you can click the Summary tab at the top, which will give you a summary of all of your costs for each category. The Adders tab at the top can be used to add an additional cost to your estimate, to adjust for your location, to add an additional cost to cover your contractor's overhead and profit, to add estimating contingency to cover any unforeseen repairs, and also add in labor and material taxes to the project. There are also options for you to save additional scope of work notes and information for your repairs. Next to each category, you will notice a little notes icon, which is where you can save scope of work notes for each category. These notes will feed over to your scope of work report, which you can then share with your contractor. If you want to add additional information for each individual repair, you can click on the edit icon on the right hand side, which will open up a side panel. This side panel allows you to add additional labor and material notes, as well as assign tasks to your contractors. If you want to save your estimate info for future projects, you can click the Save as Template button at the top, which will allow you to save the estimate descriptions, quantities, pricing, and scope of work notes, which can be used as a starter template for creating estimates in the future. Once you complete your estimate, this information will feed over to your investment packet report, your estimate reports, and your scope of work reports, which you can share with your business partners, lenders, and your contractors. For more information on each specific feature of the Estimator, check out our other Estimator tutorials. If you have any additional questions, feel free to send us a message in chat or shoot us an email.